It's Tuesday, April the 4th, and this is your Barbados Today evening update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Early signs that the National Union of Public Workers and government officials appear willing to compromise on the union's demands for a 23% salary increase. This morning, the two sides met at the bargaining table at the Personnel Administration Division, and when NUPW President Akani McDowell emerged, he told Barbados Today the talks went well. He said the union will now await the government's next move.
So what they would have to do now is to write it officially on matter. We would respond and state what our position is, and then they will come back with a counter offer. But we are of the view that public servants deserve a salary increase, and we are resolute in our position. We are not going to change our minds on that. What we also want public servants to do is to continue to work with us so that we can ensure that they receive a salary increase.
The salary increase for public officers has been a key issue among NUPW members who will elect a new executive tomorrow. Roy Greenwich, who is challenging Akani McDowell for the top post, is not in favor of the 23% hike. He set out what he called a more reasonable offer at a news conference yesterday.
Taking the state of the economy at current and the recent downgrades that we've had, I personally would, at least I would start my negotiation at around 10%. We would sit down with National Council. We have a committee that deals with the negotiation, and we would sit and deal with the percentage. We have to revise the percentage. That is what I would say. I am not sure if that committee will come up with even a higher percentage.
Stop posting false information on social media. That's the plea from the Royal Barbados Police Force amid reports making the rounds about alleged crimes. Police Public Relations Officer Acting Inspector Roland Cobbler says while they have confirmed 2 reports of incidents involving multiple assailants, including the recent robbery at Tate Hill in St. George, several other reports making the rounds on social media are not true. He urged the public to report all matters to the police to allow for investigations to be conducted. Donald Trump's dismissal of climate change is bad news for Barbados, so says Environment Minister Dr. Dennis Lowe. He, however, makes it clear that Washington's position won't hinder Barbados' climate change agenda. The U.S. president has called climate change a hoax, and he has made a fresh push for the revival of the coal industry in the United States. Now, Dr. Lowe told the Government Information Service in an interview that such a move comes with serious implications, most of which threaten the environment. He also warned that the U.S. is likely to slash funding to the United Nations system, which is leading the fight against climate change. The minister stressed that Barbados must not allow itself to be hemmed in and gave the assurance that the government would push ahead and look for unique funding opportunities. An old Lodge scholar gave back to his former school today. Businessman Ralph Busy Williams donated 2 benches to the school. The gesture was welcomed by Chairman of the Board of Management, Patterson Cheltenham, who encouraged other old scholars to give back.
This is an outstanding initiative from the Williams Group. This is not the first, this is probably the second of which I'm familiar. And I hope that others who are in a position so to do offer their services and other monetary offerings to the school. All schools are needed that assistance. Particularly those who pass through the corridors, we expect them to be able to assist effectively.
For Williams, it was a proud moment, and he hinted it won't be the last.
Our company, Coles Engineering, produces the benches, so we were happy to donate them. It's as simple as that.
And
I was educated at large schools, so give back is good.
It's 2 benches for now. We can look for more.
Yeah, you can look for more. We will supply more from time to time.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who calling? Get your yams and potatoes.
Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I got how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper ain't selling this much now. I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have make a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You gotta call that sunset news. Cause at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she just read Barbados today online for free. I couldn't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, at pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me
How much you want?
a pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
On the regional scene, Jamaica today lifted its ban on the importation and sale of corned beef. At a news conference this morning, Agriculture and Commerce Minister Carl Samuda said, after investigations, they are satisfied that the product is safe. He said a Jamaican technical team visited Brazil last week to inspect facilities which export the product to Jamaica, and they were satisfied that the plant met international standards. Samuda added that the Bureau of Standards conducted tests on samples of corned beef on the local market, and there were no concerns. He assured that his ministry will continue to monitor the situation. On the international front, the United Nations Security Council will hold urgent talks after a devastating chemical weapons attack in Syria that killed dozens of people, including 11 children. France, the United States, and Britain slammed Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's forces for the attack, even as the Syrian military denied responsibility, saying it would never use chemical weapons. But Britain's United Nations Ambassador Matthew Rycroft says the attack demonstrates that the regime will stop at nothing to remain in power, even with the use of the most heinous weapons imaginable. UN officials said any sort of report on the use of chemical weapons, especially on civilians, was alarming. That's news at this hour. For more, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Now, you can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals and screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, or you can tune into Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Be sure to join us at 7 tomorrow morning.